encourage you, you know, say, hey, let's go.
What are you looking forward to about transitioning? Now, some of you are in 5th grade, some in 6th grade, but as you think about the future and middle school, the idea of going to middle school, what do you look forward to the most?
Oh, well, since I'm in band, the counselor just came actually today, so we learned a lot about it, and that you can take only 2 extra things, and I'm looking forward to it. It sounds like a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna miss Hoover though.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You seem to really enjoy your school, and tonight, after all, is about celebrating Hoover Elementary, right? So, what are you going to miss most, do you think, about Hoover when it's time to move on?
Probably we have double classes. I'm gonna miss a lot of the students that are in 6th grade.
Okay, so what is explain what that looks like, double classes.
Like 3rd and 4th are in one classroom, but like not all of them, but like and same with 5th and 6th.
Okay, so you get to meet lots of more people or be around a wider group of people because of that. That's very neat. So let's talk about music, because you mentioned band, and I know that that's something that your school offers, right? Band or orchestra. What instruments do you play?
I play the drums.
You play the drums. Any other musicians in here?
I play the saxophone.
Saxophone.
I play the flute.
And I play the French horn.
So we have lots of musicians. You all play.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what it's like being in the band or in the orchestra at Hoover. What are some of the things that you've learned, some of the things that you've been able to do or really enjoyed?
Well, like in band, when we have big group band, and there are kids from lots of different schools, so you get to make friends with the other kids who go to the other schools that are also in the same band.
Okay, so not just students from Hoover, but from all over Iowa City. Okay, that's nice. Anything else? Fun things about band? Is this something that you think you'd like to continue in middle school as well, the rest of you?
Yeah, probably. I'm having a great time with flute, and there's a bunch of my school members around me too to help out with that. I mean, I have been very good in band, says the band director, and I have moved up to advanced band too. So now I'm going to 2 band practices.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So you're keeping very busy. Do you take your instruments home to practice sometimes?
Yeah.
Does it take a lot of effort? I mean, do you have to practice quite a bit in order to stay, in shape with your instrument? Does it take a lot of dedication? I bet it does. What are some of the other activities that someone could take part in at Hoover, maybe if they're not in band? I know we talked about Girl Scouts a little bit ago, and Cyan, you were in Girl Scouts once, is that right?
Yeah, when they went to Hawk. We had a great time. I remember selling cookies out in the cold last year.
Girl Scout cookies, those are always good.
Oh, yeah.
What makes you most proud to be a student at Hoover Elementary? There are lots of schools in town, but I can tell, from the moment you guys came in here, you were proud to be students at Hoover Elementary School. So what makes you proud to go to Hoover?
Well, one thing I have to point out is we're a very athletic group of kids. We've won the Run for the Schools trophy for 9 years in a row.
Wow. Run for the Schools. Explain a little bit more about that for us.
Well,
what is Run for the Schools exactly?
Run for the Schools is where a bunch of schools in Hoover's, well, not in Hoover, but
in the area.
Yeah, in the area, I guess. People can sign up, and it's a big fundraiser for the district, I guess.
Okay.
And they can just run like the 5K or the 10K. There's a bunch of T-shirts and people taking photos all in one day, usually on a Sunday or a Saturday someday.
And you've won the trophy 9 times.
9 times for participation.
My goodness. Congratulations. So you're an athletic group of people at Hoover Elementary. All right. Do you enjoy PE class?
Yeah.
Of course. What are your favorite PE games or activities?
I love trenches. It's where you try to throw a ball, and it's like a little fuzz ball, and you try to tag someone, and then they go into the back of the gym, the trench, and then someone tries to throw one of the fuzz balls, and you try to catch it, and then if you do catch it, you can go back to your side, and it's a lot of fun.
Sounds like fun. What else makes you proud to be a student at Hoover? So you're an athletic group. What other sorts of things come to mind when you think about Hoover pride?
Just like really good kids, basically.
You would know. Really good kids.
Oh, yeah.
Good friends. You must have a lot of good friends at your school.
Yeah.
I'm interested in hearing about your social studies classes. I'm a student at the University of Iowa, and I'm getting ready to start teaching social studies. And so I'm wondering, what are you learning in social studies class right now, and why do you love social studies? Because I'm sure you do.
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
All right, so tell me, what are you learning about?
We're learning about India. One of my favorite things, the new unit we're going to start is about the main religion in India, Hinduism, which I find most religions very interesting that are all around the globe, and they're fun to learn about.
So you like learning about things that you're not really familiar with.
Yeah.
Very good. Anything else? Are you studying anything else in social studies?
We're studying the same thing, but a while ago we were studying the Egyptians, and I don't know why, but I most adore the Egyptians, how they're so cool, I guess, how building these amazing things like the pyramids and obelisks, they're like tall pieces of stone, taller than, almost as tall as the Empire State Building.
Oh my goodness.
But how they got them up is they took ropes around the obelisks and they pulled them up with a bunch of men. So.
Oh my goodness, so long ago, but they were able to really create some magnificent things, huh?
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. What other classes, what other are some of your favorite things to study at school, besides social studies? Talked about math a little bit. Science, are you learning anything interesting in science class now?
Right now we're building structures. We're building them out of tape and index cards. We were building some structures out of straws and paper clips.
Ooh, straws and paper clips. Now, how does that work? That sounds kind of difficult.
So you get a paper clip and you make it into one of those S things, and you just start to stick it in both of the ends of the straws, and that attaches both of the straws together. It's a lot of fun.
Sounds like fun. Well, since you have such a good example at Hoover, a really great school, and lots of really outstanding teachers, what advice would you give to me and other students who are hoping to go on and become teachers themselves? Do you have any advice that you can pass on from Hoover and on to the new teachers who are still learning?
It's very helpful to students if you're really, really encouraging.
Be encouraging of your students. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
What else makes a good teacher, in your opinions?
Well, definitely have lots of fun ideas for the kids. I mean, these kids at Hoover absolutely love games, and that's how some of the teachers help us learn. They make math games, science games, social studies games, and it's really quite fun.
Okay. Fun games. Sounds good. In closing here, we have one more time for just one more question. If you could say anything to all of your friends who are going to be watching the show, what would you tell them? What would you tell your friends from Hoover?
Go Hawks!
Go
Hoover.
That sounds good.
Our mascot.
Well, thank you very much for coming in and talking with me tonight. It was good to get to know all of you. We've been talking with 4 students from Hoover Elementary who are all wonderful members of the Student Council and doing really important things in their school, raising money for important causes and setting a good example for all of their peers. So we'd like to thank them one last time for coming in and their principal. I'm Olivia Baker, and you've been watching Education Exchange.